Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another oldie but goodie. I did this, I think this project like 3 years ago. It was actually originally inspired by Cara-Renee at Cage Crafts. She has since passed along and she is no longer with us and her channel is no longer active. But I love her stuff. Like, she was just an amazing creator, bring very, very innovative ideas to the junk journal community. And when I did the original video, I did several of her projects in one video. Today I'm just doing one idea. Very simple, minimal supplies. You'll need a scoreboard. I've already have my paper cut to the right dimensions, some ink, my Fabri-Tac, and then we'll see what else we want to do. I do have my quotes here for the sewing journal and the I guess the spring journal is also in there, and then a little bit of my favorite lace. So we're going to go ahead and get going. So I do have my lamps going on. I had them over here on the last video. I moved them over there. So I'm hoping that, I mean, you can see some glare there, but I feel like the room is lighter. It's also sunny out today, so that might be part of what's going on here. But needless to say, I think it's going to be a better solution. So I'm just moving some things out of my way. Let's talk about dimensions and the template. So this paper starts out as 8 by 8 inches. You could make it bigger if you wanted to. You could do 9 by 9. You could do 10 by... You couldn't do 9 by 9 if you're using a digital. So you could probably do 8.5. No, I couldn't do 8.5. So 8 is as big as I can go, maybe 8.25. But basically it's a square 8 by 8. Again, you can make it as small as you wanted to. And you're going to score it in half in both directions. And then we're going to cut the center of one of them. Now, I did this upside down because technically it goes like this, but it doesn't really matter for the purposes of the template. So I'm just going to set that over there. And I've got my fussy cut scissors because that's going to help me get that slit cut. Okay, so let's start with this one. Again, so easy, a baby could do it. Okay, a baby could do it. Just moving some stuff here. I'm going to get my scoreboard out here and try to keep you all in frame here. So this is my paper. I chose to print a fun digital, but something that's background, so it can all be written on front and back. So we're going to score this at 4 inches. Guess I should have wrote that on the template, but I can add that. So we're going to score at 4 inches, and we're going to turn it and score at 4 inches again so that we get a divided square. Okay, and I'm just going to move that just a bit out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and grab my bone folder. I didn't grab that. Squeaky Chair is here today, as she is every day. She's here every day. There we go. We're getting ready to go to the beach tomorrow. We're leaving to go to my brother-in-law, so taking advantage of this day to get caught up again. I'm always getting caught up. So there we go. So we've got a good score line. I am going to ink. I'm going to ink all of the sections. So let me do that really quick. Okay, I think we've got her all inked up. So that's, oh, I missed a side. Let me do that really quick. Goodness gracious. I like my edges inked. If you don't like the inking, you certainly don't have to do that. So there we go. Oh, I missed another side. Oh, off to a rockin' start. That's okay. There we go. So, I want, so this is the side that gets split. This edge here. So I will update that template to note that, but this is the side that's going to get split. So what I did is I cut it just barely on each side of that score line, so I get a nice opening there so that it doesn't bind when it folds. Now I printed my papers on 32-pound paper because that's going to minimize the bulk, and it's still a decent paper. I don't like 20-pound paper, as I often say, because it's just a little bit too thin for my liking. So I'm just trimming that off. I'm just taking off a sliver of paper there, okay? I'll show you here a sec. As Angela Kerr would say, a hair's breadth of paper. I love her so much. I need to catch up on her videos. I haven't watched any in a while. I haven't watched much videos at all, to be honest. Just here and there. Uh-oh, Cara-Renee, what did you do? Hopefully that's okay. So then you're going to just turn this back over like that. This is going to get folded down. This is going to get folded over, and this is going to get folded down. And there you have your fantastical, probably have to ink that edge again, this fantastical, very, very low profile writing space. So fold down, fold over, fold down. So I want to put something decorative on the front, so I picked a digital, and we're just going to use it. I think I want to round the corners, so I'm just going to grab my 10mm rounder and do that. And we're going to ink that up. I'm going to do 3 more. It's going to go fast. They're going to be similar. And they're going to be the same construction, just a different theme or different paper. So you can move along if you have other things to do, or you can hang out with me a while longer. So I'm just making sure that that is up. So then this is the only panel that's not going to be able to be written on because it's got a digital on it. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac to glue that on. Okay, just like so, just to give a little bit of a decorative pop to our element here. So that's it. So then when she opens up, again, that's going to be the only one that has an image on it. So what happened to our other thing? What the what? It's right there. So it's going to look like that when you're done. Okay. And again, this is good enough for me in terms of the durability of the paper. It's very, very low profile because it's basically, well, it'd be 32 pound times 4. So that's still hefty, but it's not like you can feel it. It's sturdy, but it's not super thick. So let's move on to the next one. Oh, I guess I have 3, not 4. Sorry, guys. 3, not 4. So let's do that one more time. And then I'll speed the last one up. And of course, you can move along if you need to. Same dimensions. It's 8 by 8. Okay, 8 by 8. So 4. You're scoring at 4 inches on both sections. So I'm going to go ahead and score this and ink it up again. And I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. So everything is inked up, and then we're going to go ahead and cut this line in this paper. It doesn't really matter. This paper is from Riley B. Graphics. It's one of her spring paper packs. So I like that it's a little bit of an interesting background while not being too overwhelming, easy to write on and stuff. And it's pink to go with the bright and cheery sewing journal. So again, I'm cutting on the outside edge of the score line. Just trying to take a sliver-ish off. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Okay. Again, that's just that hair's breadth. Let me ink up that edge again. Whoops. Gotta find it here. And the other one is where? Where's the other one? Right here. Stayed pretty inked, that side did for some reason. Okay. So then again, you're folding this quadrant down. Now you could do it the opposite way. You could go like this, and like this. It doesn't really matter because this one is the only one that's going to have anything on it. So, but I'm going to stick with that. So that way, and that way. That didn't even require very much scoring. I literally didn't even get the bone folder out up to this point. So there we go. And then where is our paper for the top of this one? Right here. I love this image so much. Look at this. rows. Oh, I think I'm going to use that specialty punch we used in the last video. I really like it, so we're going to use it. So I'm going to do a little bit of a decorative corner here on this one. This card is a little bit bigger, so it's going to take up just a slightly more of the base than the previous one. Okay, move that up. And then we'll put some words on here as well. Okay, boom, 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 boom. So make sure this is going the right direction. Now this image doesn't matter so much, but I think I want that bud to be pointed up. And so we're going to go ahead and glue that on. Oh, I got glue everywhere. Goodness gracious. Okay, make sure that you're going the right direction if that matters to you. If you've got a directional paper that you're putting here, you want to be mindful of that. And I'm just checking it, making sure that it's evenish, top to bottom and side to side. Looks amazing. So another just super slender, and I think what I love the most about it is that you've got four, 7 quadrants to write on. So that's pretty nifty. Okay. So one more, and then we'll do a little bit of decorating. Just dropped my score tool. Just the scoring blade, thankfully. Okay, let's get some stuff out of the way here. For some reason, this one is not even. I'm not sure if it's just because I haven't scored the paper. That might be the case, but let's just see here what happened. I can see I've got a little bit of overhang. It could just be that I haven't scored it yet. So people have been asking, this is just a nail file. So it's one of those rectangle bits. It's a buffer, and it is amazing. I haven't used a dauber to ink in ages now, and I'm literally still on my first block. So the first rectangle, but only the second cut off piece. So it's pretty epic. So let's go ahead and cut on that. See, this is what we've got. We've got an overhang over here. So I'm not sure why that is. I just folded it incorrectly. Does not matter one bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut here. Again, just cutting on to the right of that score line on this side, and then I'll cut to the left of the score line on the other piece. Now, you potentially would not have to do this, but I want to make sure that I don't have anything binding in there for our folds. So just, again, getting that hair's breadth of paper out of there. Okay. Boom. Let's go ahead and ink that back up again. Looks pretty good. So again, doesn't matter because this paper's the same on both sides. So I'm going to fold this one down, fold this one over, and fold this one down. Now, that being said, oh, see how uneven we are? What the what? That's so strange. Something is amiss. I'm not sure what happened, but it's okay. We're getting just a little bit of an unexpected layering effect here. That's okay. That's our top piece, so it's all right. So we've got this piece here, and she's a little bit smaller, so I think I'm going to do the larger. I'm going to do a 10 millimeter rounding on this one. Now you could also round on this paper, but you would structurally you would compromise things, okay? Because everywhere that you did that corner rounding would be weaker in the joint, so I'm not going to do that. So there we go. Okay, let's ink this one up, and then we'll do a little bit of decorating. Just simple stuff here, okay? I don't have a lot I don't want a lot on these. They're a very simple piece of ephemera. So we've got that beautiful image. So let's go ahead and glue that on. I don't know if I have enough small quotes here to do all of them, because I need to print out another page of the smaller words. So for the sewing words, there's some that are so long, and I wish they had smaller sentences, smaller quotes, but that's okay. There we go. So that is that. So let's see what we got here. In my little thing, this has got a bunch of stuff in here actually. So those are the big ones. Let's see if we've got any little ones in it. We've got some this is mostly spring stuff. What did I do with all of the sewing ones? Well. Spring magic. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Let me just peek and see if I stuck those somewhere else. Just a moment. I found them. So I've got just these sheets, and they've just got the smaller words, which is really nice. So let's find a few of these. I'm going to get my bigger scissors. It's a little bit tight. Let's just cut these off the top. That'll be easier. I'm just going to cut 3 words out. There we go. We just got 3 there. Easy as can be. Just move those out of the way. And I've got a little bit of our tattered lace. I thought I had a smaller piece. Let me just reach back in my basket. It probably got dumped to the bottom now again. What did I do with it? I just had it last night. Very strange indeed. So let's just rip a piece of this off. My favorite lace. I got this from Spain. Very fun. I'm just going to tatter it up a little bit. Make it look a little bit more unraveled. Okay, so I think I'll put the word right. Actually, that's a little bit thick, so I'm going to cut a little bit off. Yeah, like that. I'll put that right there at the bottom of the sewing machine. Okay. Oh yeah, so simple. So I do like these rounded, so I'm going to go ahead and use the 4mm rounder here. There we go. Just put her on. Now I've got bling too. Should we put bling? I don't think so, because if we do, when the person tries to write on the back of this one, it's going to be bumpy. So right now it's not a problem, but if I were to put something more dimensional, it would be a problem. So that looks great. Now one could also put some kind of a thumb notch to open this. So like this is our piece. So you could put a whale tail tab on here, and then that would give you a way to flip it. So that would work also. Maybe we should try that. Should we try that? Let me see if I've got one that's handy here. I've got a little cup of these. Let's see if there's anything that will match. I want something kind of small. Oh, that might work for one of the other ones. So let's see what we've got here. A lot of these are from the Anne with an E journal, which is one I keep forgetting that I didn't forget I need to finish it, but in terms of mentioning it, these are all green. These are all from the spring journal. Oops. Well, maybe we'll do it on one of the other. Oh, this one would work. Let's use this one. Kind of nondescript is what I'm looking for. And that way we can put our favorite seam binding on it if we wanted to. Now, I don't know that you'd want to, because you're going to get, it's going to be harder to put in a pocket, though it could go in a corner tuck or or a behind a belly band. So that would be totally up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue this on. And then we're going to make sure that we don't capture anything other than this top flap. So right here, now it could have also gone under there. That would have been cool. But we're going to go ahead and do this one. Oh, don't go over two layers. Not 2 layers. Okay, that's 1 layer now. I'm going to go ahead and just put that on. That would have been better underneath our element, but that's okay. And then I wonder if we can pull that up. I bet we can cram that down underneath there. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so then that allows me to put a little bit more of a decorative feature on there. I'll put a little bit of seam binding on there and a whale tail punch. So I might do that with all of them, but I probably won't do it all on camera. So let's go ahead and get this one out. So I want to find some lace that we could use here. So let me just take a peek real quick in my little drawer behind me. How about this one? Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we're just going to glue this on. I need to get a straight edge though. So that was not, I should have just taken the time and did that. Boom. Right there, yep, perfect. Just gonna go right there. And let's see if we can, actually gonna go right to that edge because then I can trim that other side off myself once it's glued on. So I'm gonna go up a little bit farther than I just was because I want to not cover up that decorative corner that we have going on. Okay. I don't like to put too much glue here because it's going to come through because it's such a thin lace, but we'll show you that in a sec. So I'm just moving that over all the way to the edge. Okay. Like so. And then we'll adjust that, move down a little bit. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Mikey likes it. How many of you guys remember those commercials? Mikey likes it. Mikey will eat anything. There we go. I didn't have any brothers, so I can't really identify with that. Having boys around. I just had one son, so I want a larger quote on this one though, because it's bigger. So let's see. Thread the needle of creativity, crafting joy one project at a time. I don't know. How about just one project at a time? That'll work. Ha ha ha. I don't do that though, do I? One project at a time. My goodness. What kind of silliness is that? Do you only work on one project at a time? I used to. I used to work on a maximum of two journals at a time, and now I am so overwhelmed with journal making because I make it, I make the stuff on my channel for my channel, and then eventually I have too much ephemera, but I still need to create content, so I create a new journal. I start a new journal theme. Oh, that's so pretty. I love it. And I love the little bit of vintage here. I don't really like white words. Yeah, in any journal, basically. So let's just put that there. Look at that. Oh, it's so sweet. I love it. Okay, one more, and then I'll let you go. So let's see if let me see if I've got any kind of green toned lace here. I do have some green cheesecloth. I actually got this from, I can't remember the seller. I bought one of her bundles of green textiles, and so this I haven't used, so I need to keep that out in the basket for this project. So just gonna trim this down a little bit. And let's just go ahead and, oh, that's so pretty. I love it. I love it. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit smaller than you just saw it because I don't want it to take over. Just like that. And let's see if we can find another bigger one. Like we've got cross stitch and hook and eye and presser foot. Those are kind of things and not really anything too interesting. So let me see if I've got something else here. Quilting Dreams, Crafting Dreams, Handmade Love. That's the one right there. Handmade Love. I know I cut those other small ones, but I will save them. And let's be different. We won't round the edges of this one. We'll just... And the other thing you could do is you can kind of make it a little bit rough. Like make it irregular. Let's do that. Look a little shabby. It'll show up when we ink it. There we go. Handmade Love. Yes. So my friends, that was a quickie, right? 30 minutes. And I think I'll be able to cut some of that out or speed it up. So I don't usually do. I'm not very successful at shorter videos. So there we go. So those are our projects for today. Just a delightful small bits of ephemera with writing space. I do like that tab, so I'm gonna think about that a little bit more, and I might add to the other ones as well. So I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.